The X Games has invited a group of riders that cover all different sorts of styles. We got rail guys, we got jibbos, we got big air specialists, we got free riders. You're looking at Jimi Tomer. Now, this guy, pay attention because he rides an extreme duck-footed stance. It's really difficult to tell when he's going switch. Switch is a key element in the pursuit of gold.
And right now, he just dropped in and did a beautiful switch stance frontside board slide there. Jimmy, a very smooth rider out here coming out of South Shore. Todd, this guy, he mimics a lot like one of our old gold medalists, Kevin Jones.
Yeah, he does have some extremely Kevin Jones style right there. Nice, clean, frontside 720 rodeo. That was perfect. Kind of working the course here a little bit, coming up to the gap jump. Frontside 180, didn't really have enough speed to clear that. Speed being an issue here today. Also the flat light.
That's right, you can see him trying to pump through these bumps right here to get enough speed for these bottom two jumps. Coming in switch stance with a clean switch stance backside 540.
Here he comes into the millionaire booter at the bottom. What do we have? Frontside 720 perfection, so clean. Jimi Tomer, great run for the first round of qualifying.
After that very smooth jib section up top, Jimmy headed into this leadoff kicker with this beautiful frontside 720 rodeo, spotting his landing right there in the middle and stopping.
Jimi Tomer setting the standard with the first run, 87.33, great run, but we got the technical buttery gibbery of Jussi Oksanen coming up. Just one example of all the cool stuff happening on ESPN2.
Snowboard Slopestyle.
This is the X Games. How exactly do you win an X Games slopestyle?
You need to have stylish runs with great line choice. You need to flow between the jumps, and you need to have great spinning combinations.
Now, speaking of spinning combinations, this guy, Matt Hammer, oh, he's got a backside 900 to make you dizzy.
I like doing the backside 9. It's crazy, man. There's not that many people do it, so it doesn't feel like it's overdone. I'm not cocky. It just happened. Basically, I'd come in on my heels and then kind of switch over to my toes because I'm going to spin backside. So I just hit the lip, and I'm like, turn your body and your head, grab stalefish because it makes me spin fast. It's crazy. And just keep your head rotating. Like, don't look at the ground until you know you've spun enough. I'm looking over my shoulder a lot. Maybe like even, I look at my board most of the times too. I try to keep my eyes open. Basically the first 540 goes by and you really don't even notice. And you kind of notice at 7 and you're like, okay, now it's time to land. For me, for landing switch, like it's kind of just right there. It's crazy. It's not like a cab spin where you can see it the whole time. I'd say it's hard to get the guts to do it. So on the guts factor, it's like an 8 or 9. But once you get it down, it's just like a backside 180, backside 3. You're just spinning.
All right, Matt Hammer's ready to take his run. Will we see his 900? If we see it anywhere, it'll probably be off the big money booter at the bottom of the course.
Matt, not a newcomer to filming, but definitely kind of a newcomer, a new face here to the competition scene. And you can see right there, he's working the top part of this course, starting out with a very smooth nose press, and then coming on that flat to down kink with a board slide, frontside board slide. Matt really looks like he has this course dialed up top.
Matt landing backwards off that last rail, setting him up into a fakey 540. Matt Hammer gets a lot of his skills honed in Mammoth, California. That's exactly where he rides, and that course in Mammoth is a lot like this one here. A lot of jumps, a lot of tables to perfect moves like that backside 720.
Matt is having a solid run so far, about halfway done with this course. Got a couple jumps left. He knows he has to do something really big here to impress the judges. Setting up on that booter with a backside 540, getting ready for the money booter down at the bottom.
Coming in backwards, unleashing a cab 900. Oh! Matt Hammer leaning back a little too far on his landing there. All right, let's go back up to the top and check out that down kink rail. Here we see Matt coming in with a regular board slide, popping off, overturning it into a frontside board slide. Extremely technical trick. Here's Matt's 900 at the bottom. Had such a smooth run until he came around and leaned a little bit too far back on his tail, washing out.
Not a bad run for Matt Hammer. To get gold, however, you cannot have a single bobble. 86.67, second place. Jeff Anderson, Mammoth Lakes, California, 2002 Winter X Slopestyle, 5th place rider. Keep an eye on Jeff Anderson. He has got lots of switch moves, tons of technical rail gibbery.
Jeffy is without a doubt one of the guys here that every competitor is watching for a medal contender. Right now showing his skills over the top of that kink, airing down into a board slide, and flowing into a very smooth nose press.
Jeff Anderson, like you said, coming out of Mammoth, California, coming from a snowboarding family as well. His brother, Billy Anderson, has been a pro for many years.
Oh.
Jeff coming up a little short on that jump, eating his speed before he heads into the gap booter.
Yeah, right now Jeffy's trying to make up a lot of momentum. He knows he lost speed, hit a couple of those knuckles on those last 2 jumps. He knows he's gonna have to do something large, and he does right there by tackling that Titanic rail. We haven't seen that yet today.
Jeff tackling the Titanic rail, like you said, he's the first guy in this contest to even step to that thing. Big guts and big points for Jeff Anderson.
Jeffy trying to finish off here with a smooth frontside 540, landing fakie. Jeffy, that was a very solid run. I would have to think that he knows he's going to have to better that with the competitors that are still to come.
Half cab to 50-50 to backside 180 off. Jeff Anderson with an incredibly technical move on the first rail. And here's the Titanic rail. Jeff, 50-50 up, getting a little air, popping onto the flat section, and a little bonk off the end.
Jeff Anderson chilling with his brother Billy at the bottom, pumped on a rock-solid run. Jeff will sit in first. Jussi Oksanen, 2001 Winter X Gold in Big Air, 2001 Winter X Bronze in Slopestyle. Now this guy is a big air specialist. When he hits the kickers, we got to watch for some crazy butter techniques that he takes into the lip before he boots into some big spinner.
Well, something to watch for with Jussi is when he lands, when he takes off from the jumps, he's so smooth, he seems so light on his feet, and that just goes to show you what kind of board control he has.
The board control also leads me to believe that he doesn't even care what he's doing here. Watch his arms, he's so casual when he lands, just like, I could be on the couch.
Well, I'll tell you, this guy comes from Helsinki, Finland, and they ride a mountain there called Talma, which is about as long as this entire course. So Jussi is used to these kind of quick, tight setups here.
Tight setups like this right here. Switch, backside 720, setting him up backwards for the millionaire, but whoa, switches it around and forwards. Backside 720, Jussi Oksanen, very, very solid run for his first attempt to make the finals. Jussi coming in switch here with a nice backside 720 switch stance, coming in backwards, then decides to swing it around and forwards for the mirror version of what he just did, a backside 720. Jussi Oksanen coming into that kicker, getting a full 720 degrees rotation with an indie grab.
So smooth, look at him up, halfway in the air, knows he's got it, spots his landing, lays down the landing gear, and earns himself a 93.67, throwing him now into first place.
Coming up, the X Games official bandito, Shaun White, keeps stealing all the gold. Time for more slopestyle qualifiers. There's 16-year-old Shaun White. Lots of silver in his pocket. I think he now is looking for gold.
Shaun White currently standing in second place and wants to take first so bad.
After 2 silvers, I think it really sucked. I would have traded him in for a first.
Give it up for the miracle boy, Shaun White.
I gotta get a first. No more seconds, I'm over it.
Yeah, he is definitely over it because he's already claimed the gold in Super Pipe. And after watching him in practice, there's a really good chance that he could be getting the gold in Slopestyle.
That's without a doubt. Watching this kid in practice today was unbelievable. I know a lot of the competitors were watching, sweating bullets too.
Pros and competitors like myself constantly sweating what Shaun White is about to do. He has become the pros pro to watch. His moves are so on point. Moves like that fakie to fakie 720. Shaun White's runs here are unbelievable.
Linking everything together with such style, like that big frontside 360 over that monstrous gap. Shaun is unbelievably on fire right now.
Attacking the Titanic rail. Perfect over that, carrying plenty of speed.
Now Shaun choosing a bit of a different line here, going for that rail instead of the setup jump, but he has got plenty of speed into this bottom money booter, floating a lofty, tweaked out frontside 720.
Phenomenal run for Shaun White. That 720 was so perfect.
Not only that, but check this gap. It is 57 feet across from takeoff to landing, and Shaun attacks it no problem with a frontside 360.
Shaun makes short work of the Titanic rail on his way for the last hit. Watch for the nuance here. 1 360, and then bam, a stalefish pokes his back leg out perfectly.
Gold medal elements in the qualifiers already. Shaun is with Sal.
Hey, what in the world is going on with you, dude?
I don't know.
You didn't have to, like, just come out and destroy everybody on the first one.
I don't know. I just wanted to have a good run because, I don't know, I don't really like second runs.
Really?
So, yeah.
So you figured just kill him now. Just destroy him now. You boned out that 720 on the last hit so long that you just were hanging out in the air. What was that all about?
Sevens are like one of my favorite tricks, so I always do like the first 3. Then on the last 3, I just stop like stalefish and just try to poke it out, but I don't know.
There were people over here that they got nauseous from that. They were physically sick. I don't even want to see what you're gonna do the rest of the day. That could have been it right there.
Thanks.
When we come back, last year's gold medalist Travis Rice will drop in for his qualifier. But first, without a doubt, the skiers have been pushing the physical elements of skier superpipe. But Kevin Jones, he's been pushing the elements of style. Not only in snowboarding, but as well in fishing. Marc and Kevin Jones have built a pilot for a fishing show called Foul Hooked. Seven X Games medals. Kevin Jones, he brought us the advancement of railology, busting the 270 onto the rail in competition. That is pretty much a staple to gold medal.
So many of these guys look up to Kevin Jones because he is such an innovator. 2 years ago, he even brought the 450 to our sport.
And no one was more blown away by that than me. I thought I had the slopestyle in the bag, and then he 450s. Kevin Jones, unbelievable. He's one of my favorite riders to watch on and off the hill. Always exciting. Exciting moves like a frontside 720 right there, perfectly executed.
So smooth and stylish, this guy. There's a frontside 540. Kevin almost seems like he's just toying with this course right now.
Ooh, an uncharacteristic shortcoming on that last jump, setting up for a 2-7. Whoa. Kevin Jones settling for a board slide. Coming into the Titanic rail here, what's he got?
Oh, not too much speed on his knees will pay the price.
Ow, that hurt.
Oh, Kevin Jones, how'd that feel, man? About 6 inches shorter.
I think Kevin's done enough competitions and won enough medals to know that this probably isn't going to be the run that takes him into the finals.
KJ's setting up on the last booter here. What has he got?
Front side 900 to butter down the entire landing. KJ probably going to go down and reevaluate what just happened up there.
Kevin Jones, not the best run I've ever seen out of him. Here's that frontside 720 off the first jump. He gets his run off to a great start. Perfect landing there. And here comes that Titanic rail.
Now, if you're going to attack this thing, you need plenty of speed because it is 15 feet tall. You got to get up. Kevin didn't quite have all that. And you see there, he's got to jump off early. And unfortunately, he squashes his kneecaps.
Gets the gutbuster surprise. Kevin Jones, 66.67. That'll put him in 16th. He'll look for something a little bit more impressive on the second run.
Kevin Jones proving that one little bobble and a loss of speed will send you into the people who are not qualifying for the finals. And then there's Shaun White, opposite end of the spectrum. He connected everything, held his speed together, used all of the features. Travis Rice knows what it takes to get gold as well. So let's keep our eyes on him. Will he use all the features? Will he maintain his speed? Will he get big spin combos off of the kickers?
I'm wondering if Travis is feeling any pressure after coming in as kind of the underdog last year, taking home gold, and now people are kind of expecting a lot out of him.
Yeah, Travis Rice is one of those riders coming out of Jackson Hole that everybody looks to for something amazing. He is a workhorse. He can ride backcountry kickers, he can ride slopestyle kickers, and he can ride rails.
Well, he without a doubt has some serious board control, as he's showing us with that smooth frontside 3, and he's attacking that gap with a backside 540.
A little bit of a bobble there, but it didn't really seem to bother him too. Whoa! Travis coming off that rail hot, sending him out into the flats and kind of just sucking up, I guess you would say, his line right there, Steve.
Well, we can't talk about it enough. The flow of tricks and combos, you have to hit all the trannies because speed is such a factor. And he's just going to end this off with a real stylish frontside 360.
Travis Rice definitely looking for something a lot better his next run. Here comes the replay on Travis's gap transfer. He attacks it with a backside 540, but has a little problem with the landing.
And below on the Aspen rail, he's coming in there hot with tons of speed, doesn't center up, and it sends him off the end.
So when Travis lost his line on the Aspen rail, that's where he lost the points. He'll have to set it for 12th and use his rebate run. Shaun White on top, setting the mark in this qualifying round. Rounding out the top 10 on the cusp is Josh Dirksen. Sal is with Travis.
Travis, my friend, defending champion, you are on the hot seat. That run puts you in 12th. You got one more run to qualify. What in the world is it going to take?
A little more than that. The last one I had. Step it up. You know, I thought I'd just warm it up. Make it a little bit more intense for the viewing crowd.
Create drama.
Exactly.
All right, Travis Rice creating drama. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
Round 1 of qualifying is over. In round 1, Shaun White blew everybody's mind. He easily sealed the deal on that first place spot by using all of the features, including the giant Titanic rail. He held his speed throughout. Favorites like Kevin Jones and Travis Rice, last year's gold medalist, oh, they didn't make the top 10. They have got to make this second run count. Shaun White on top easily with a 95. Keep in mind, it is best score out of 2 runs that push you into the finals. Jimi Tomer in the safety spot right now, 4th place. He's feeling pretty good about that. He had lots of switch variations, and that is a key element to advancing.
That's right, he's dropping in switch right now into this first flat rail, doing a smooth switch stance, frontside board slide. Jimmy's got to be feeling real good, kind of the underdog here almost, and he's sitting in the 4th position. Never even been to the X Games.
After having a run like Jimmy did on his first qualifying run, it takes the pressure off. It just kind of lets you concentrate on what you might want to do in the finals. But moves like that frontside 720, so perfectly executed.
Corking it out and trying to get enough speed for this gap, and he does it. He makes it, landing on top.
Just barely making it across that.
Sucking it up, now trying to pump through this section for this setup booter with a switch stance, backside 540, no grab.
Coming into the millionaire booter. He did a frontside 7 the first time. He's gonna up that into a frontside 900. Nice and clean. Jimi Tomer looking to better maybe his first qualifying score to sit even in a more comfortable position.
Now again, look at this, coming in switch stance and putting that rail right in between the center of his bindings to keep him solid.
And here's that money booter, unleashing a frontside 900. 1 360, 2 360s, and 1/2 more rotation equals 900 degrees of spin.
The finals look like a possibility for Jimi Tomer. He sits in 3rd.
Like that, baby. Plenty more where that came from.
Rivalry Week is underway in college hoops. Tomorrow on ESPN2 at 7 Eastern, Pittsburgh hosts Providence. Then at 9 on ESPN, it's Super Tuesday presented by Dollar Rent-A-Car. Top-ranked Florida and Kentucky. Rivalry Week presented by Novell on ESPN and ESPN2. Marc Frank Montoya sitting in 8th. That's right on the edge of the top 10. He certainly would love to up that score because he wants to be in the finals.
Mr. Montoya has so much style, so much board control, and that's the reason he's able to do tricks like that backside 270.
Marc Frank Montoya makes his living basically off of his video parts, but then he'll roll to a contest like this one and just put the fear in the rest of the riders.
And that's because they all know if he can make the trannies keep his flow, he will take one of the top 3 spots.
Marc, Frank, Montoya, Lincoln moves together like that big backside 180 transfer over the gap. Coming in to this Aspen rail, conquering that with no problem.
Casually taking on that rail and stepping up to this big Titanic, making it look easy.
Marc Frank, he is looking good right now, but having a little problem. Speed issues there over that setup jump.
Coming down to this final money booter in a switch stance position, spinning 900 and just slipping out on his heel cups.
Marc Frank had a great run going there. 2 little mistakes at the bottom, but man, this is the X Games and things like that count big.
Check him out at the top, spinning backside over the top of that flat part, landing on the downhill. That was a 270.
And then the Titanic rail, getting some pop off of the uphill part.
And at the bottom, so casually spinning this no grab, switch stance 900. Looking so good until right there, he skips out into a rut.
Marc Frank Montoya will get the 6th place spot, getting an 85.33 on his second run.
One of the most unique individuals in this sport of snowboarding is my man, Travis Parker. Right. Travis Parker is known for his video parts like this one in Robot Food. Travis Parker is part of the Robot Food conglomeration. They made this movie Afterbang last year after they were sick of filming video parts and not having enough control. It's really cool to see riders like Travis and filmers like Jess Gibson come in and make their own movies.
Well, Travis Parker in his first run did not connect. He had a few scrubs, well, a lot of scrubs. And that is one thing on this course. This course is extremely flat. You cannot afford one single scrub. There's no falling. Falling is not an option.
Well, he's starting off pretty solid on that first little frontside board slide. Airing again over that top flat part seems to be the popular thing to do on that rail.
Travis Parker coming into this first jump with a frontside 540 with a nice poked out melancholy in the middle there. He's looking good in this top section.
Travis knows he has got to put his moves together on this run. It's his final shot to get into the finals.
I spoke with Travis last night and he was telling me that he really wants to come here and do good. But it all depends on line flow and trick combinations. So far, Travis is looking pretty good. Backside 720 there, coming into the Millionaire Booter. What do you think, Steve?
He's got plenty of speed, and he's got so many tricks. Who knows what he's going to do? Throws down the frontside 720, no grab.
One thing I have to note there, Steve, is if you're not grabbing your board, the judges will take notice.
We have a whole new set of judges this year, and these guys are very particular. They like the style, and that is where Travis is going to earn big points on that move.
But where they're going to take away points is on moves like this frontside 720. It looked like he was going for the lean grab, but just opted not even to touch it.
Ooh, his score puts him into 10th place, a scary place to be. Travis is going to be hanging at the bottom, watching the other riders come down, because one rider beats him, he's out of the finals. We got guys like Shaun White still waiting for his second run, along with Kevin Jones and Travis Rice. Right now, Jussi Oksanen. His first run was outstanding. Got in second place right behind Shaun. Lots of technical stuff on the rails and big spins with amazingly stomped landings. Look for Jussi and how he stomps every single landing.
Here's the deal. He's in second place. He knows he's going to the finals. There's not enough guys to knock him out. So this is kind of just a warm-up run for him to practice some moves. Oh my gosh, like that sweet frontside 720.
That was a frontside 720 stiffy. And like you said, he is pretty relaxed right now. And that, you know, he's kind of just dorking around.
Well, you know, it's like that's how all of his runs are. He's so good, and everyone knows it, and that's just his style.
And Jussi's also a character. I mean, if you know him, you know that this kid is just funny. He's out to have a good time, whatever he does. Casually cruising into the bottom money booter with a nice backside 540 with a little poke in the middle of it. Jussi Oksanen, you know, that was a great run, but I'm pretty sure he's going to stick with his first score to keep him into the finals.
Now check him out here. The 45-foot setup jump here. There's that frontside 7, gets the grab, pokes it out. One of the best ones we've ever seen.
And then here on the money booter, backside 540 with a little late front leg straightener. Pretty sweet backside 5 though. Jussi Oksanen style oozing.
Like you said, Todd, this guy is just that good.
He will stick with his first run score of 93.67 and his second place spot. Still to take their second qualifying run, Shaun White, who is already definitely going to the finals, and two guys who still need to make the top 10, Kevin Jones and last year's gold medalist in this very event, Travis Rice. Oh man, no doubt about it, that Candide guy was going huge in the super pipe. Speaking of super pipes, here's Shaun White. He is this year's gold medalist from the snowboard super pipe. And now he is in the slopestyle. And given what we've seen so far in qualifying, there's a good chance if he keeps things up, he could quite possibly take the gold here as well.
All right, here's the deal. He is in first position right now. He knows for sure he's going to the finals. Just like Jussi, this is just kind of a run to warm up. Maybe try some new tricks that he might want to throw down in the finals.
You know, Steve, I could sit here and talk about Shaun's tricks, but I'm just watching this kid going, man, this, you know, maybe he molded his style after us when he was first coming up, but I'm looking at his style right now going, man, how can I ride better?
Unbelievable. You know, people talk about this kid like he's the future. Well, I'll tell you right now, he is not the future. He is the present.
Oh!
And look at that. Just showing off. Shooter McGavin right there towards the follow cam.
Here comes his last trick. Another one of those frontside 720 stalefish bone outs. Shaun White. I'm speechless, Steve.
Well, I know one thing for sure. If this keeps up, people are going to be very, very scared in the finals.
Man, here is that transfer. Frontside 360 stalefish. Shaun White setting it down so clean. Coming into this Aspen rail, nose presses the whole thing.
Nice nollie out of that, and then at the bottom, frontside 7. Grits the grab halfway through, tweaks it out, says hello to the fans, and stomps it.
Obviously, Shaun White's going to the finals, and I cannot imagine what he's going to kick down. It's going to be insane.
I'm waiting for Travis Rice and Kevin Jones.
Travis Rice chilling at the top, waiting for his rebate run. Kevin Jones getting ready to drop. Travis Parker at the bottom, sitting there on the cusp, wondering if either Kevin or Travis Rice may bump him out of that qualifying spot. Here we go, Kevin Jones rolling in.
This is a very anticipated run by Kevin as well as all the other competitors. Kevin is one of the favorites here, and right now he is not going to the finals unless he links everything together on this run.
There was a lot of pressure on Kevin here. You know, a lot of his fans want to see him ride really good, and Kevin wants to come here and ride really good. He's done so well in the past. Frontside 720, reverts it around again. That is bad for flow. Kevin is not coming off the top here with the best run so far.
Well, on the same note, not the worst run. He's been linking a few things together. He got the tech tricks up top on the rails. Smooth board slide there. He's just got to throw something big down here at the bottom.
But Steve, is it going to be enough to put him into the top 10? This competitor field is fierce.
Well, if he wants it, Todd, he's going to have to throw something huge down here at the bottom, get his grab, and stick it clean.
Here we go, Steve. What does he have?
Corking up, spinning with the frontside 9, and unfortunately sitting in the back seat.
Drags his can on the ground. Kevin Jones disappointed. Travis Parker kind of relieved.
Midway through, there's that Titanic rail. This one got Kevin a lot of points. He fell off last time. This time, all the way through, smooth with control.
Kevin fishing for some points off the last hit here. Frontside 900, Kevin's signature move, but sits back.
Oh, fans of Kevin Jones are bumming. He will not be in the finals, but at least he gets to go fishing. Travis Parker still hanging in there, but ready to roll in. Last year's gold medalist, Travis Rice.
X Games changed my whole perspective. KJ was there, you know, Todd, all the boys were riding that. I just wanted to, you know, have a clean run.
Huge backside 180.
So I could come out with like a respectable finish.
And does a fakey 720 double grab.
When it ended up, I was a little shell-shocked.
With the gold, Travis Rice.
Last year's run was amazing. He connected all of the features, stomped all of his landings, had some technical stuff on the rails, good grabs. Most importantly, he kept his speed up. Here today, it is incredibly important to maintain speed.
Well, this is it, J-Mo. This is the last run of qualifying. The only guy who can still make the finals and knock Travis Parker out.
Travis has to start throwing down some major moves here if he wants to get into the finals. Whoa, he almost bobbled a little on that frontside 720. Feeling it now, though, starting to get his rhythm back, heading into the gap.
This is going to be a big one if he can land it. Oh, he lands it. A little bit of sketchy in the air, though.
Rice is starting to get it going here. He knows he needs to chuck a couple more major moves down the bottom if he wants to ensure his place in the finals. Major moves like a backside rodeo 540, perfect.
Stomping it. This is it. This is what it all comes down to. The money booter and the switch stance 720 corks it out. He's got to be feeling real good about that. And that man has to be very nervous.
Travis Rice coming down, maybe bumping Travis Parker out of that 10th place spot. Here comes that transfer gap. Big backside 180, whoa, kind of opens up a little early.
And then the setup jump, the backside rodeo 540 with the huge stomp.
And that sets him up perfectly for the money booter. He's going backwards now into a cab 720. Whoa, looks like he was gonna go 900, but kind of had to shut it down midair.
Parker and Rice both had good runs, but Rice will take the 5th place qualifying position, bumping Parker out. Travis Rice, the 2002 Slopestyle gold medalist, is going to the finals. White, Oksanen, Tomer, Anderson lead the field, followed by Hammer, Frank Montoya, Clampert, Feliciano, and Williams rounding it out. Travis is with Sal.
How about this kid right here, Travis Rice? Yo, when the pressure was on, last dude to go in qualifiers, defending champ, all that weight on your neck, and you come through and just bang it out. What was that all about? Because you look focused.
A little focused. The sun was popping out a little bit, you know, you can see a little bit better. And basically I was thinking, you know, it's all about the home-based fans.
Yes.
And, you know, you got to make it a little drama, right?
Right?
Yeah, this is X Games.
So you just did it for the show.
Well, all of the drama and all of the show for the Slopestyle Finals is coming up. You'll be able to see Shaun White going nuts. He'll be going for his 2nd gold medal of the games. When do you get to see it? 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. That's this Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ESPN.
Amazing. Shaun White, you are our #1 qualifier. You little pirate, you. And the one thing that you talked about earlier was that you're going to hold back and be a little conservative. Now, you ripped to the point where it didn't look real conservative, but what can we expect out of you now in the final?
I don't know. I'm just going to try to be as smooth as I can. I don't know. I just been at the Pirate Academy, and I don't know. It's bad. It's bad. I don't know. I don't know where I am.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not wearing underwear.
All right, well, we're going to that's too much information. J-Mo, Ruff, Todd Richards, what's really going on?
Well, Sal, Shaun White set the mark for the finals. Huge spins over the gap. And then on the bottom booter, this 720 blew everyone's mind. Bones it out.
And then we had the drama of Travis Parker sitting on the cusp for the last portion of the qualifiers, getting bumped out. Speaking of getting bumped out, Kevin Jones. This will be the first time in X Games history Kevin Jones has not made a final. And then we had Travis Rice. Up until the very end, we didn't even think he was gonna make it, but he powered his way through it.
This is it, the Slopestyle Final, and man, you gotta have the style, and your line choice is critical. You got to maintain flow and speed, and then hook it all together with insane combinations of tricks. Lots of switch variations important too. Marc Frank Montoya, he rides a duck-footed stance, so it's gonna be difficult to eyeball his switch options, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Okay, Mr. Style Master himself, Marc Frank Montoya, has just dropped in for his first run of this final, and starting very solid. There's a nice backside 270 over that kink rail.
And then a little frontside 360 bonk over that one. I'm interested to see if these guys are going to change up their runs for the finals to really add some oomph and try to knock all the top competitors out.
Especially knowing they have 2 runs. Todd, you've done enough contests to be able to probably give us a little clue on that. What's going through these guys' minds right now?
Marc is thinking, I need to get some, whoa, just to get in there, Steve. That was an incredibly technical trick. But to answer your question, these guys have got to throw it all down. This is the finals. You cannot hold anything back. Cash or crash.
Okay, Marc having a little bit of trouble there off that rail. You're going to set up for this bottom money booter, coming in switch stance and doing that same switch stance, no grab 900.
A great showing from Marc on the bottom jump, but a few bobbles up top will really cost him some points.
One of the major ones was up at the gap. He didn't have enough speed, so he had to reach for the landing and sketched out.
And then we have the Titanic rail. Marc had no problem with this. This is one of the stronger points in his run, making it all the way over nice and clean. Another strong point, Marc's cab 900. Although there was no grab, Marc Frank's style will make it look just as good.
Marc Frank Montoya will start things off, 83.33. Now Travis Rice, he's got some big moves that could quite possibly lead to gold.
Trick tip. We're going to talk about the switch backside melon, also known as the frontside half cab switch stale. Call it what you will, but that's the trick we're going to be landing. It's a technical trick, but once you get it, you want to approach the jump, switch, but before you go off, you want to start moving your upper body and start looking over your back shoulder. You want to stay low for this jump, but as you hit the lip, you want to pop as much as you can. Your first thing you got to worry about is getting the board. You just want to grab and poke that sucker as long as you can. You can poke out that front foot a lot more if you stay low and tight. You want to keep looking over your back shoulder. When you start to see the landing, release the grab, stomp it, and this is where the second part of the trick takes place. Check back up on the lift, make sure it's ski bunnies. We're checking your stilo, and that's what she wrote.
Well, Travis Rice made a good point when he said you got to get the grab, you got to bone it out for the stilos. And that is a key element in scoring big. You might be able to get the big move, but if you don't have the style elements in there, the judges will not give you the big point.
Especially with the group of judges we have this year. Shannon Dunn, a former X Games competitor. Living legends like Noah Selazny, Andy Hetzel. They know exactly what style's all about.
And they can appreciate moves like this frontside 720. Whoa, Travis Rice getting a little fall in there. Not so good for the beginning of his run.
Yeah, this is definitely not the one that's going to win gold. That's for sure. Whoa, getting all upside down and paying the price on that landing.
That's weird, Steve. He went for a second 720. And you know what's even weirder? An X Games cameraman helping out Travis Rice with his goggles.
Definitely not one of the more common things you're going to see here at the X Games, but it's nice to see that go down.
Let's take a look at that frontside 720 fall that Travis had over that one side of the gap. Here he comes, almost getting too much air, getting lost, and just really slamming.
Just looks like he lost all concentration right after he left the lip there.
Travis Rice is just doing it for the crowd now, the switch stalefish over the bottom jump. You know, he's really got the pressure on now because he's going to have to throw it in the second run.
Without a doubt, he won last year. He knows what it's going to take. He knows that's not what he was looking for, and he knows up top it's his buddy, Jeff Anderson.
Jeff Anderson, 2002 Winter X Slopestyle event. This guy got a 5th. Now, Jeff Anderson's been doing a lot of rail contests. Sometimes he'll even show up to these rail-specific contests. So let's see what he's got in the rail technical department.
Well, if it's anything like the qualifying runs, we're going to see quite a bit out of this kid. He's got a lot of moves on rails, a lot of variations. He can do them forward, backward, sideways, it doesn't matter.
Jeff Anderson having a smooth rail section at the top here, and then he's moving into his airs. Nice backside 540, solid landing. Coming in. Whoa, not enough speed. It looked like coming off his heels there, kind of gobbled up a little bit of his speed on that last jump.
Now that's obviously a huge problem here. You hit those knuckles, there's no way you're gonna make tranny for the next thing coming up.
And here comes Jeff into the Titanic rail. In qualifying, he was the first one to take it down.
Oh.
Makes short work of it right there.
So right now, Todd, basically what's going down is he's just dorking off on the course. He knows this run is not going to get him anywhere near a medal, and he's going to go down to the bottom and mentally focus for round 2.
A lot of guys, when they bobble in the run, if you have the mental capacity, you sit there and go, okay, that sucked. I'm just going to practice before my next run.
So you can tell Jeffy is obviously not happy.
Watch this cab 540. He comes off on his heels, and it sucks up all of his speed. It looks like he kind of lost a little bit on the takeoff.
Then he comes down to the Titanic rail, sticks this thing perfect, totally centered, gets up top, balances, jibs the bottom part on the way down.
Jeff Anderson, 73.67. He's in second right now, but there's a lot of heavies yet to come. Heavies like Jussi Oksanen, Finland slopestyle master. And this guy right here, Shaun White. What will we see next?
Final day of the 2003 X Games, and Shaun White has got one gold around his neck, and he is looking for another. He has not yet taken his first run in the finals. Right now, we're going to focus on Jimi Tomer. This regular footer out of Heavenly, California has somewhat become a Kevin Jones prodigy. So you want to look for Kevin Jones's style in Jimi Tomer.
Without a doubt, there's a perfect display of a completely controlled switch frontside board slide. We've seen him do that. He's kind of keeping the same run that he had in qualifying, but hey, that's the same run that got him here.
Jimi Tomer has amazing board control and body control in the air.
Oh.
That frontside 720 was so clean, so clean.
The kid's got mad game. I've been out with him on a couple of film shoots lately, and he has been blowing up the spot. This kid is someone you're going to definitely want to look for in the future.
These are the guys that are nipping at all of our heels. And when I say all of us, I mean the other pros that are in these contests. It's cool to see the young upstarts come out here and just pop out of nowhere.
This is an unbelievable run going down right now for this kid. And right here at the bottom, a huge frontside 900.
Frontside 900s like that will get you gold, and Kevin Jones is no stranger to gold. He's used that frontside 900 to get him in there before.
Jimmy takes this death gap like he has almost no nerve, just charging, getting the grab and landing.
Then he heads into the money booter and goes for a frontside 900, getting that thing all the way around. What will we see from him in his second run? That first one was amazing.
Todd, that was seriously impressive. This kid is 18 years old, comes out here, rides with all the veterans, and he's right with them.
Later tonight on ESPN, it's Super Tuesday presented by Dollar Rent-A-Car. Matt Bonner leads the top-ranked Florida Gators against the Keith Bogans and Kentucky. It's going off at 9 Eastern, part of Rivalry Week, presented by Novell.
This is Jussi Oksanen. He is going to put on a show in the finals, and if you'd like to see some more of Jussi's riding, check out Afterbang by Robot Food. Jussi Oksanen, he is one of the most technical riders in snowboarding. I love to watch him ride, and he's doing moves like this butter to switch 900. Look for moves like that in the finals of today's competition.
Jussi Oksanen, 2001 Winter X Gold in Big Air, 2001 Winter X Bronze in this very event here, Slopestyle. What does that tell you? Medaling in Big Air and Slopestyle? That means he's got all-around skills, and that's what it takes to get a gold medal run.
Well, here's the deal with Jussi. He's not the most technical rail rider, but he does have just enough of what it takes to impress the judges. Where you're going to really want to see him is where he shines, and that's on the jumps.
Jussi's style will appear like he doesn't really care. But the fact of the matter is, he is so precise. Precision moves, frontside 720, no bobble. Following that up with a big backside 360. Look for Jussi to start really lighting it on fire down here in the bottom of the course.
Down here is where a lot of guys, oh, now see, that there is kind of weird. He just skipped that whole section of the course, and this one too. Now that's going to cost him.
But look there, Steve. He had his mind set on that butter to switch backside 720 incredibly hard. I hope the judges notice.
I hope so too, Todd. But again, whoa, that's a huge backside 7, landing so far down on the tranny.
Jussi having a beautiful run. Tara Dikitas, multiple medal winner, appreciating it. Here's that butter to switch backside 720. All so technical.
And then follows that right up at the bottom. with this enormous backside 720 indie grab. Has to let go a little early, though, because he's so high in the air. And if he doesn't, he's going to keep rotating, so he needs to reach for that landing.
Boom. Jussi Oksanen, beautiful run.
Jussi Oksanen moving into first place. Highest score of the final so far, 93.00. But the man who set the bar in qualifiers, Shaun White. Oh, he wants that gold bad.
Shaun White currently standing in second place and wants to take first so bad.
After 2 silvers, I think it really sucked. I would have traded him in for a first.
Give it up for the miracle boy, Shaun White.
I gotta get a first. No more seconds, I'm over it.
Shaun White may come across as a fun-loving American kid, but when he focuses and sets his mind to a goal, he knows how to make it happen. Here he is winning the gold in the 2003 Super Pipe. Will he be able to do it in slopestyle? It is very well possible. He led the qualifiers. There's a chance if he links it all together again, he starts unloading some stuff that perhaps we haven't seen yet. It very well could happen.
Now, there's one thing that I got to point out here, you guys. Shaun has not bobbled at all on any of his runs today, and that is the only competitor we've seen like that.
Shaun White is precision. Everyone calls this kid the little wonder boy, and you know what? There's no exaggeration. Look at him when he lands. There's nothing. There's no extra body movement. No, nothing. God, it's annoying.
Todd, you're not the only one who feels like that. I've heard that from everyone. Look at that huge frontside 7 over that.
Frontside
yeah.
720 over that. Are you kidding me? Right into the Aspen rail, making short work of that thing.
This is seriously a joke. I can promise you one thing. Every competitor at the top and bottom of this course are shaking in their boots. And I hate to say it, but I bet you they're all hoping he falls somewhere.
Oh, my gosh. Shaun White.
Switch stance 900. Oh, a little bit of a hand drag.
Oh. I'm sitting here watching this. Tara Nikita's watching this going, thank God he's not a girl. I can't say enough. Jussi Oksanen going, yeah, that was great, Shaun.
I hate to say it, but those guys down there are nervous, and for good reason. Look at this flawless frontside 7 over that gap.
And then he decides to casually take on the Titanic rail. Oh, man, Shaun could be doing this with his eyes closed. And then he comes into the money booter and just icing on the cake or a nail in every competitor's coffin, unloads a nice cab 900. Shaun White. Oh, I almost tail dragged, but no, I'm too good. I'm just not going to do it.
Shaun White at 95 going into first place. And I'll tell you, not only did he surgically destroy the course, but he used every single feature. The first rider to do that. Shaun White leads Oksanen, Tomer, Frank Montoya, and Anderson. But now it's our turn to go off. This is it. The final run of the slopestyle final. Shaun White's been going nuts, driving the crowd crazy. Oh man, when I was 16 in snowboarding, girls were doing the exact opposite of this.
It had nothing to do with your snowboarding, Chris. Let me assure you of that.
Hey, watch it, Richards. I tell you what.
I think Shaun's a new Backstreet Boy.
Marc Frank Montoya is ready to get things going here. Now, Marc Frank Montoya is known as a rail gibonics expert, okay? He will technically have better rail sections than Shaun White. The question is, will he be able to make up for it in the jump part of the course?
Well, here's the deal. He's got the ability of it. Oh, and right there, that's sick little double jib on that flat bar. He has the ability to do it, but again, there's a lot of pressure in this final. You couldn't tell right now. Marc's throwing that down perfectly up there in the rail section.
Yep, up at the top, it's definitely what you want to get out of the way quick, especially guys like Marc. Beautiful frontside 540 there. Following that up with a cab 540 tail grab.
Oh, style.
Here he comes into the gap jump and...
Oh, he's reaching.
Oh, my gosh, he's coming up short.
Man, he landed right in the pit and popped back up. I can't believe that. I mean, Todd, you're sitting next to us right now with a broken arm that you had big surgery on. I mean, what kind of risks are these guys having to take to win gold?
These guys know what they have to do. They know the risks. Marc is looking for a gold medal run here, and you have to risk it all to gain it all, Chris.
It's the second run of the final. He's exactly right, Todd. He has to throw everything out, everything. Right there, see that? Went for the 9 through another rotation and got the cab 1080.
Unfortunately, it was a day late and $1 short, but Marc is just like, thank God I have a hip at this point.
Who knows what he's thinking? That was one of the gnarliest crashes we've seen.
Here's
Check it
that.
out.
Here it is right here. You know, if there had been an ESPN guy sitting right there taking a smoke break, he'd be wearing Marc Frank for a hat.
That was heavy.
Marc Frank Montoya will stay in 4th place for now. All right, this guy, Matt Hammer, big film rock star. Now, Todd, you know, when you broke your arm just recently, I believe you were in a park filming, weren't you?
Chris, there are inherent risks in everything you do. I swear I'm safer on a snowboard, and it looks like Matt Hammer is about the same. He's got so much skill that, you know, these guys, everything they do is second nature. And hopefully, Matt Hammer, sitting in the starting gate right now, will be able to put the skills he shows in film down here in the final.
All right, we got Matt dropping in for his second and final run to impress the judges. And if he continues doing tricks like that difficult, that frontside 270, he will be in top 3.
My gosh, Ruff, that was an amazing way to start the runoff. That's a big risk to take right away.
That's the best trick we've seen on that upper section for sure.
By far. Here comes Matt into his jump section. Cab 540, perfectly landed. The rhythm is starting to flow. Matt is starting to feel it.
Without a doubt, Todd, the momentum is on for Matt, and he knows it has to be if he wants to take top 3 to get a medal here.
But there's one thing that you pointed out earlier, Steve. He's skipping some of the most critical sections in the park.
That's right, Todd, and the judges will judge every section, not just what they do. Right there, he comes off early and has to suck up that landing.
Here's Matt setting up for a little butter trick onto this rail. Popping into a 270 board slide, throwing it around a fakie into the millionaire.
He's going to have to do something seriously huge here to impress these judges at this point to get a medal. That was a nice switch 7.
720 degrees to fakie. That was a good run for Matt Hammer. Will it be enough to bump him into some top spots?
Well, take note on this frontside 270. It is flawless. The style's there. The rail is perfectly centered. Comes off no problem.
And then the 720 from fakie to fakie. Matt Hammer setting it down nice and clean, but still, I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Matt Hammer will grab the 5th place spot for now with an 81.33. Hey, later tonight on ESPN, it's Super Tuesday presented by Dollar Rent-A-Car. Matt Bonner leads the top-ranked Florida Gators against Keith Bogans and Kentucky. It's all happening at 9 Eastern, part of Rivalry Week presented by Novell.
Speaking of rivalry, Travis Rice has got to have a rival up here, and his name is probably Shaun White. Shaun is sitting in the #1 spot. Travis Rice had #1 last year. He wants gold again bad.
Without a doubt, he's got it. He didn't come here for any other reason.
Now, the big question I have is, Shaun White's been using every feature. Do you think Travis Rice is going to get all the features?
He has to. He has to.
Yeah, he does not have a choice at this point. Oh, nice frontside 720. He's got a lot of speed going right now.
He's going to have to use this gap. Shaun White used it. He's going to need to use it, and does.
And he does. That was excellent.
Here's Travis coming over that Aspen rail with a little switch method. Then he does a frontside half cab over the 2 pump bumps.
Backside rodeo 540.
Whoa, setting him up.
Goes. This is it. This is what it all comes down to. If he wants to take Shaun out right now, leashes a cab cork. Japan.
He was stuck upside down at one point. That was insane.
That was a really good run. He's got to be hyped.
Shaun White is anticipating Travis Rice's score just as much as he is. He's applauding it, but he's nervous.
Here he is at that monster gap. He backside 540 corks it. Now keep in mind, Shaun did a frontside 7.
And then we have Travis doing his setup trick, a backside rodeo 540.
And at the bottom, Todd, here is that corked out, tweaked out Japan 900.
There is some spinal bend involved in that move for sure.
Oh, Travis Rice will not be reclaiming his gold. The crowd is bummed with the score. Even Shaun White not pumped. Sal.
Travis Rice, first of all, that run was absolutely amazing, man. The cork 5 across the gap, the 9 at the bottom. I'm a little frustrated with the judges. Everyone here was booing. What do you make of that, man?
You know, I don't know. You just got to take it like it comes. You win some, you lose some. Other riders throwing down. You know, who's to say? Judging, there's As you know, maybe that's how it was. So, but people are killing it still.
Well, I'm proud of you, man. You came up,
buddy.
you stepped it up like you said you were, and that was way more than a 4th place run in this person here's opinion.
This final is close to being wrapped up. Only 2 guys have an opportunity to knock Shaun White out of that gold medal position.
So Shaun White, Jussi Oksanen, and Tomer are still sitting on top. Shaun contemplating where he's going to put that gold medal. But up in the starting gate, Jimi Tomer being cheered on by his parents.
All right, let's think about this, okay? Jimi Tomer, in a way, is taking a bronze medal victory lap right now. But,
worst case scenario.
Yeah, worst case scenario, okay? But what kind of things is he going to have to do to get close to Shaun? Let's nail it down here. He's going to have to hit every single element of this course. He cannot skip one, and he has to use the gap.
This has got to be so much pressure on this kid right now to try to take out 2 of the gnarliest guys in snowboarding. But check it out. Right now, so far, at the top of this course, look at it. If he lands this, that's a perfect frontside 7 inverted. He's had a better top section than even Shaun and Jussi did.
Yeah, that's right. And there's that backflip. He didn't get a grab on it, and he's going to have to go crazy over the gap. But he goes for a frontside 180 and skips a portion of the course.
Okay, that's the one big thing that JMO brought up. You're right. He's got to hit everything because the judges are going to score every single element of this course.
Switch backside 540, setting up for something big. He needs money right here.
Whoa, big frontside spin, trying the frontside 1080, almost sticking it.
Yep, that was a beautiful attempt at a frontside 1080. Shaun White's going, man, 1 down, 1 less to bump me out. Jimi Tomer, he's probably not super stoked, but you know what? He's already got a bronze.
Let me tell you, I guarantee he's stoked. He's going home with a medal regardless, and it's for good reason. Look at that perfectly executed frontside rodeo 7.
And then off the millionaire money booter, he decides, you know what? It's the finals. I'm going to try a 1080. Rumor has it that he's never even tried a 1080 before, and he comes really close to sticking it.
I've actually heard that same thing, Todd, and that's so funny because it shows you what kind of skills this kid possesses.
All right, Jimi Tomer, he's going to have to settle for that bronze medal. 1 down and 1 to go. Jussi Oksanen is the last rider that can take out Shaun White. Once again, let's talk about this. What does Jussi have to do? He has to get technical on these rails. He cannot skip any one single element in the whole course. He's got to link up some big, sick, switchy type airs.
He's got to hit all trannies, bottom line. He's got to keep his speed, cannot fall off early on anything, cannot miss his grabs. So far, so good.
So far, so good, but his rails were mediocre. You know, but that's not really Jussi's specialty. His specialty is perfect moves like that 720.
Oh, see, now he caught the knuckle a little bit there, but he was able to suck it up and keep his speed coming down, going down a little frontside 540. This is it. This is the last guy who can take Shaun out.
And he just skipped that rail, and he didn't do the gap.
And skipped that.
But whoa, there's a butter into a switch 900.
Oh, that is it.
Shaun
Unreal.
White is so happy up top. He is going home not only with 1, but 2 gold medals from this Winter X Games.
Getting a hug from Torb right there. Congratulatory hug. Shaun White is a happy guy, but Jussi Oksanen is probably fairly bitter right now.
Can you believe it? This is 2 gold medals for Shaun.
Now let's see what went wrong here for Jussi on the landing. He just came a little short, caught his nose in that slough there, and went down.
It would have been interesting to see what would have happened if Jussi stuck that.
All right, Shaun's up top. He is the gold medalist. The silver medalist is with Sal.
Jussi. You were trying to switch backside 9, huh?
Yeah, I tried to do it. I didn't have a choice to beat that.
Oh man, this is it, a victory lap for Shaun White. Now, Todd Richards, you know, you're sitting here next to me with a broken arm. Normally you would have been in this contest competing against Shaun White, and I know you've actually had a victory lap yourself. What is Shaun White thinking?
Shaun White is all smiles. You can't see it because he's wearing that little mask, but this is the 2nd victory lap he's had in 1 week. Can you believe this?
This is unreal. Shaun has got to be so stoked. It doesn't matter. He can fall, he can stick it. He is going to win another gold medal here at Winter X.
I mean, this is like a video run. This is like some competitor's video.
Oh, and
my
what does he
gosh!
do? He doesn't just go, by this gap.
He alley-ooped that. He went backside 180 the wrong way. That's so subtle and so technical. I don't even know if the judges have realized what they just saw.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think he's throwing this just to make sure all the riders know it's not a fluke. He's winning. He's going out there showing them, look, I can switch everything up, land, stomp it. It doesn't matter.
We've heard it before, this future boy baloney, but he is here. Shaun White is the now of snowboarding, and he is on fire. All the competitors giving Shaun White the high fives, the animosity, the admiration, the jealousy.
Unbelievable. Here is that wrong way, backside 180, Todd.
Oh, so technical. And here's the Titanic rail, just toying with the hardest obstacles on the course.
And at the bottom, uncorking that cab, 900.
Wow, unbelievable runs. Sal Masekela is with the Golden Boy.
All right, I'm trying to wade through the sea of emotion right now. I am standing at the bottom of the slopestyle with the best damn snowboarder on the planet Earth, Shaun White. Shaun, last year you get 2 silvers. This year you come out and you get 2 golds. The backside 180 across the gap, it was just so casual. It's like you're almost toying with people's emotions. How good you are, man. What is this moment like for you right now?
It is amazing right now. I am so stoked just to come back and finally get this. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm just so stoked.
How old were you when you first started snowboarding, Shaun?
I was 6 years old.
And at 6 years old, did you ever envision this platform, this stadium, and basically being called the best snowboarder on earth?
I've always wanted to come to the X Games to just do good, and this is my year, so thanks.
Well, you did better than good, man. You did great. Shaun White, winner X7, gold slopestyle medalist. The finest performance that I've ever seen on the slopestyle course, man. You are the man, at least the young man.
Shaun White, 2 silvers last year and steps it up, 2 golds. Jussi Oksanen gets the silver, Jimi Tomer the bronze.
Winter X Games 1, 1997, Shaun White steps on the scene as a forerunner and a child to watch. 2003, a young man comes to Winter X7 and wins a Superpipe gold and slopestyle gold, and some would say asserts himself as the best snowboarder in the world.
That's